A professor at UNLV is showing off what he learned from a NASA research project in a way that doesn't require a physics degree to understand.
He uses a guitar to describe what planets do. Fox 5's Christopher Redfern is live at UNLV to explain.
Before he was a professor here at UNLV, Dr. Jason Steffen worked with NASA to study planets outside of our solar system.
I guess I was always interested in astronomy to some extent, but I didn't think that I would be an astronomer. Right before launch, I joined about a year before the Kepler spacecraft was sent up into space. So I got to avoid all the difficult part and show up just in time to capture all the glory. So the Kepler mission was a satellite that was designed to detect planets orbiting other stars. And it would do it by watching the brightness of the stars. When a distant planet passes in front of the star, it would block part of the light, and so the star would get dimmer. The equivalent in terms of like sensitivity would be like looking at Las Vegas from space and watching a fly circulate around a streetlight. In the solar system, where the planets are located and how their orbits relate to each other tells us about the history of the solar system, where they formed and how the planets may have moved around a little bit. So Neptune orbits 3 times every time Pluto orbits twice. Neptune moved outwards in the solar system and captured Pluto into that orbit, and then it's stuck in that orbit and has been stuck in that orbit for billions of years. Those orbital configurations actually correspond to musical intervals that you would have on an instrument like the piano or guitar. So Neptune would be here and Pluto would be here.
If it applies to planets in our solar system, maybe it would apply to planets trillions of miles away.
I took the Kepler data and basically built musical chords out of it. So we were looking at similar effects in these other planetary systems.
And this is what that sounds like. Most of the time, it's like a toddler banging on the piano.
And then occasionally one will jump out as being, oh, that's really kind of pleasant, that little sequence there.
If it sounds like an actual music note to the human ear, chances are those planets impacted each other's orbits just like Neptune and Pluto.
I teach physics classes where we talk about how musical instruments work, so pipe organs and trumpets and guitars and things like that. And so this is given an example of how you can take the knowledge of musical instruments and map it onto scientific data.
Dr. Steffen says he wants people to use his little afternoon music project. Yes, he did all that in one afternoon. So people listen to it and then study the star systems that sound the most pleasant. Live at UNLV, Christopher Redfern, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.